Hi, this is part 1 of my review featuring O.R.E, or perhaps O.R.E, Open Rules expansion for 5th edition. Or looks a bit like a Japanese word like orewa, or perhaps ore. This document is actually much better than I expected. When I first looked into this document, I thought, this is what Wizards of the Coast should be doing instead of forcing a political message or raising the power creep, because the material here, the new subclasses, the universal subclasses that can be applied to any other class, the optional rules, the vehicle rules, the new spells, everything works great. I can tell you right from the start, there is high quality content here, in terms of the rules content itself. Now let's talk about the quality of the PDF. Sadly, this is the weakest aspect of the document. No table of contents, no hyperlinks, no bookmarks. So these are 87 pages, it's not going to be easy to navigate this PDF. I recommend that you print it right away. And there is no art. That is not a negative thing. You do have some color when it comes to the font, the typography, and the font changes as well. But the design is more on the minimalistic side. This is a bit bare bones, I would even say, but it's quite easy on the eyes. So overall the quality is a mixed bag because of the navigation issues. And you don't have illustrations, but like I said, that is not absolutely necessary as long as the content is good. It's just something to consider for inspirational purposes. Now let's talk about the contents. We start with the class options, the new subclasses for the Barbarian. They are quite intuitive and pretty self-explanatory. You have the path of the Crusader. Some barbarians wield divine might in the name of a holy crusade. Though not totally dissimilar to paladins, crusaders are violent without exception, and usually ruthless. This subclass is pretty much what you would expect, a barbarian paladin. You're a bit more on the offensive side. You have the capacity to cast spells and maintain your concentration on such spells during a rage. You can even cast a spell as a bonus action while raging at higher levels. Then we have the path of the Gladiator. Gladiators revel in the spectacle of one-on-one combat. They excel at taking down single opponents and putting on a good show in the process. This is all about boosting your abilities with your charisma. You can even taunt your enemies, while getting some bonuses to armor class and attack. Then we have the Guerrilla. An archetypical barbarian uses only melee weapons. A guerrilla barbarian has mastery over ranged weapons and can benefit from rage while using them. So this is the perfect way to go Wild Bill on your opponents from a distance. Then we have the path of the Horde. As a barbarian who sought the call of the Horde, you command the full ferocity of the wilderness. This is all about creating a horde of beasts to aid you in battle. Then we have the Bard subclasses, starting with the College of Stars. Bards who learn to map out the stars also discover magic inherent to the shifting constellations in the night sky. I really like this subclass. You basically choose a constellation. This is not a permanent choice. You can do this after you finish a long rest. This way, one day you could be a necromancer bard, the other day a conjurer bard, and the next day a diviner bard, so it is quite flexible. Then we have the College of Steel. The College of Steel teaches combat as a form of art, alongside more traditional forms like song and poetry. This is all about using your bardic inspiration to dance a deadly dance on the battlefield, and you can even influence your allies. So it's all about boosting everyone around you, including your own attacks, your own battle capabilities, through your deadly dances. Then we have the College of Vigor. Bards of the College of Vigor study strategy and the use of skills to support allies on the battlefield. You do have some heightened combat potential, but the best thing about this bard is that the larger the group that you are accompanying or leading, the more powerful your abilities become. because the party members then benefit from extra actions and immunities. Then we have the Cleric Domains, starting with the Grace Domain. Gods of thievery, cunning, and dance may have clerics in the Grace Domain. Such a cleric trains to employ speed and sleight in fights. So you become a highly mobile and agile attacker. This is all about moving deftly through the battlefield, cutting asunder all of the weaker enemies. You can also take on the stronger opponents, but you will see that the Might Domain is better for that. Clerics who belong to the Might Domain use their magic to dominate foes. You deal so much damage as this domain. For example, Divine Strike. At 8th level, you gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 of damage of the same type to the target. When you reach 14th level, the extra damage increases to 2d8. So this domain is better suited to take on stronger opponents, single stronger foes. Then we have the Sun Domain. As a Sun Domain cleric, you follow the guidance of sunlight. You bring the brilliant light of the sun to the darkest corners, dispelling shadow. You become a protective living lantern. You can illuminate the area around you, but you will also offer protective bonuses to the other members of the party. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to continue with these subclasses. As you can see, there is a lot of versatility and a way of breaking away from certain stereotypes when it comes to the barbarian, the bard, the cleric. In the case of the barbarian, you can even benefit from some things such as divine spell casting or your charisma. In the case of the bard, you can prove that you are well suited for battle, be it up close and personal, or as a skirmisher type of character, you have all of the tools available here. And in the case of the cleric, you can certainly go all out in terms of offensive capabilities, but you also have plenty of offensive and utility-based options. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, roleplay solves everything. Once again, thank you, and see you later.